Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we are reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 4, Episode 14. But before we start,
Whoa.
Smack that thumbs up on the Skyfly channel.
it's Thor.
I'm going to go up to Asgard and go find out why Anders not catch my horse.
He had to go tell some people he's going up to Ascot. All right, so it's the big launch party for Inez the wine. Woohoo! All right. They show them all mingling and whatnot. You hear Marcel talk about, I need to get my ring out of my pocket. I'm like, he's so annoying because he's just doing that just for us, you know.
But it's not even funny. Like, it's just mean to your wife, actually.
It is. So it's time for Marcel's speech.
I'm tapping out. Last week, I was trying to have, Marcel.
We call all the guys to the front, including Chris and Fred, who was also there.
Can I ask a question? Why?
Because he wants his homies. He's like, it's his moment. They've been dogging him out on it. So it's like, it's Martell time. Okay. And he blew it. Okay. First of all,
I have never heard him talk like that. When he stood up there, it was like, get your shit and do your shit. Them niggas over there and shit. I was like,
he don't drink.
Right.
So, and the alcohol has a lot of it's high. That's a high content for a wine.
Oh, he was very lazy. Listen, wine will have you messed up.
And that's a high content. Yeah.
Wine will have you messed up. And the thing about wine is you'll be feeling good. And then, woo.
And he wasn't ready.
He wasn't
ready. And he's not used to doing that because Mel does that. And they showed us how Mel is the one, which we said that before. Mel is the one to go out there. Even though he was a little jealous, now it was your time to do it.
So, like, I can't even take him seriously, though. Like, I just feel like, I feel like there's a lot of things that factored into wine and he don't do speeches. You should have something prepared. Melanika, you didn't ask him to prepare something to say?
He wasn't prepared. He was only thinking about bringing the girls to the party. That's the only thing.
So why didn't he just say, and Uncle Sam is going to have a few words? That would have been better. Then you don't have to do it, and Uncle Sam can.
That's too much like right. It's my moment.
That's why I don't have faith in him anymore. That's why I can't. I'm done. We're never going to taste the wine.
Us is business owner. We warn other people's shit. We drank and ate other people's shit. We drive other people's shit. Tonight we owning shit. That's what he said. Shit.
He couldn't have thought. Who was there? He couldn't have thought that was
shit. The shits. Yeah. So Uncle Sam was sitting back like, what kind of shit is this? You know what I'm saying? And so after he did his little speech, he went out to confront Martell like, dude, you didn't even acknowledge my mama. You named the wine after her. And all he said was, I named the wine after my grandmother. And then he went into shits.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's one thing, because public speaking, that's a scary thing if that's not your thing. If that's not your thing, it's a scary thing. So I could understand if he just got up there and just like messed it up. He didn't do that. He was on some and shit and this shit and that shit and get some of this shit.
He was drunk.
That's not even how you should ever want to represent your business, though. Ever.
Melnika was embarrassed. She had to be,
I blame her. She's responsible.
Yeah, it's your fault because you should have wrote the speech.
You should have had his speech prepared. You know who you're dealing with.
Right. So Martell, he gonna whisper in his uncle ear because uncle at this point is mad and he said, "Don't do that. Don't ever do that." Uncle like, you know what? I'm good. I'm about to bounce.
He was trying to leave. Didn't let him leave.
He talking about where to respect. Boy, uncle, like, if you don't get the hell up out my face, boy, with that. Here's the thing. Martell could have at that moment been like, damn, I fucked up.
I messed up.
You right. You know what? I'm gonna make it better on the next one. My mind. I've been drinking. I didn't know what to say.
Wine and did too much and messed
He could have made it right in that moment. Nope. He more concerned about don't embarrass me on TV. This national TV. Don't do that. Talking about having respect. That's where you messed up, Martell.
Oh, you should have been embarrassed when you came out of your mouth with this shit and that shit and all that other shit.
He probably don't even remember that shit the next morning.
He remember it today.
Yeah. Yeah, because now he was trying to make up. Uncle Sam shouldn't
While he's standing up there with that fur on his shoulder.
Child. Well, Chris, like, I don't know if y'all paid attention to the other folks, but Uncle Sam was pissed and he got up and he left. Okay, I don't know if y'all saw it, but I saw it. That boy should have said something about his grandmama and he didn't. Okay, now Uncle Sam is pissed. And they try to make up excuses, then they was like, yeah, we can't. Yeah, he should have said something.
Because he didn't just mess up.
Mm-hmm.
He was out there, trying to get with the ladies. Act like you love me.
That's what he said. I was like, you want her to act like you? Melnica, I need you to do better.
Somebody come
read this group no more. You all know women in Atlanta looking like something. Melnica, don't you do that no more. Anyway.
Well, didn't they say, and I forgot to mention it last week, but didn't they say they went to one of the better strip clubs in Atlanta? Or no, that was this week.
That's what they said this week.
Said that.
Okay. So the next day they getting ready to leave. Louis already gone because he had a family emergency. Y'all look, Martell dressed like you dressed back in the day when you dressed to the nines to get on the plane. I was like, they finna get on the plane?
He dressed like, what's that lady going with the wind? Scarlett O'Hara?
Yeah. You remember back in the day, they put on their
very
good
much
clothes.
Plantation.
They put on their good clothes to get on the plane back in the day. You didn't do them sweats and all that. They dressed up, and that's what Martell, for Inez. Dress up, get on the plane.
Okay.
So
that's not gonna make it better, but based on what he did last night, though, like
it's not. So we got Louis and Tiffany, child. Louis let us know that he had a death in the family. That's why he left. So Tiffany up there, she want to question the trip. He talk about, the whole commercial idea and, who was there and who was this pitched to? And I was like, she really ain't that concerned. And he trying to make it seem like it was more than what it was.
He said he was fuzzy on the pitch. He couldn't remember how he had told them people to spread their legs.
He didn't remember that part. They gonna ask him about that on the reunion. They gonna say, Tiffany, so when you seen it. Then he talk about them going to the rage room. And she's like, you was raging about sex? Is it that serious? Look, she let him know, look here, if it's that serious, there's modifications that can be done, okay? Just like we plan to go to the kids' soccer game, we could plan that part in there too. She said it's part of her wifey duties. And he was like, is it a duty or is it a privilege? Duty, nigga.
A privilege? What privilege?
To do what? To climb up on top of you? No. No.
I mean, I could think of a lot of positive things to say about it, but privilege, that's not one of the words that comes to mind.
He feeling himself this season. You seen a different little Louis than last season. He got a little confidence. He started off like he was like gonna keep Marcel ass.
They must have got to the DMs.
Yeah, somebody then jumped in the DM and he feeling himself. So we got Kimmy and Maurice. Look here, she like, I've been at the house enjoying myself. All y'all Negroes, including the dog, was gone. I had a relaxing time. How was your time, boo? Okay. So she's like, look here,
Well, see, that's what I was thinking when like Tisha was so bothered by Marcel going. And I was thinking just like Kimmy, nobody's gonna be here. I'm gonna be able to come home and just chill and not have anybody ask me about anything.
Marcel can't go up the street to the damn bar without Tisha spazzing out. So, but you're not worried. You got so much confidence. She like, look here, you gonna tell me what happened? Or am I gonna have to find out about it on social media? Just come on with the come on. So I mean, he tell her about, start off with the original mail. Okay, there's mail 1.0 and mail 2.0, and he let us know this is mail 1.0. Okay. He let them know they went to the strip clubs because the wings was the bomb. Okay.
Why do you want to know what happened at the strip club? Well, that's stupid.
She said, "Did you touch them?" Of course he touched them.
Why am I there?
The strip club.
There's a whole ass right here.
Kimmy would touch it too if she was there. Why would you ask that? He ain't bring the chick home, but for damn sure he touched the girl. Okay. Now I don't know who Martell might have brought home. Martell might have brought 1 or 2 home.
Motel can't afford it. So
Melnika got it. It's a gift. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, did he touch anything? Well, I'm assuming so.
Yeah. Duh.
I'm like, these are weird questions.
She like, I touched, but I ain't caress. Right.
But even the whole, what were you raging about? Like when you say when somebody says, I went to a rage room, not even somebody, your partner, I went to a rage room. You probably got a good idea what they raging about based on the everyday conversation. You know what things.
Every time we see Tiffany Lewis, that's all they talking about. And that's all she talk about on every episode. So, child, please, just that storyline y'all came up with. And then when he talking about the rage room, he talking about, Lewis' frustration with Tiffany and the sex whole situation. And he like, look, bottom line, married people have less sex. Do they? Probably
Less than
so.
what?
Than when you were a girlfriend.
I would say less than when you were brand new, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I just think everybody's got their what's
I think everybody have a season too. It might not necessarily be okay, we've been together for this long. I think you have seasons too that when you are just
really
doing it like rabbit, like
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and then you get busy and then you're back at it.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, what's going on in your life? Like, because when you got kids to pick up from school and all of that work and all of that stuff, people be going to sleep. And he said every day. I mean, they over there talking about every day.
That's why I'm so confused. Like she say he getting head every day. So dude.
Well, that's not a privilege.
No.
That sounds like something else, not a privilege.
That sounds like a duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like wash the dishes.
Yeah. Then it gotta be boring. If it got to be every day, ain't no
every day.
Like, oh, here's routine. Child, come on.
And we seen Lewis over at the gym stretching, so we know it ain't about
baby. Anyway, so then we got Tisha and Marcel. Look here, he basically told Tisha everything, whatever. She questioned, why you gotta go here? Why y'all? Whatever. He told her.
I think again, what a retarded question. Why do y'all go to a strip club when you go to Atlanta?
Because it's Atlanta.
I feel like everybody does.
It's Atlanta.
And I mean, I feel like just as many women go as men because it's a thing.
I thought it was a guy trip. Well, that mean they're never supposed to be around anybody? They was gonna be sitting around there.
Only gonna be around swords.
They was gonna sit around playing Uno, sipping on wine. Okay. And then they get to talking about the whole rage room, Lewis frustration. Yeah, he ain't talking about his frustration. Everybody want to talk about what Lewis said, like as if Lewis said the worst thing that ever could have been said in the rage room. But and he's Marceau thing is, if sex is a priority to me and it's not for you, then he should be able to go out and outsource it. That's the type
that's
of
what
shit.
I'm talking about when he says stuff like that. Like who?
If it was, if you always gone, Marceau, and she go and outsource it, you already said you will leave over a rumor. So nigga, please stop it. Stop it.
I feel like they all do that though. They all try to make you feel like that's a deal breaker. I just couldn't.
They do. And for most part, it is for them. They can't take it. It do be a deal breaker.
Yeah, but I feel like if that's
off.
how you rolling on the other side and you out here outsourcing, then you should be prepared for a deal breaker.
Break that deal. Break that deal. Shit. Break it. Teacher go see Dr. Francis. She had homework. Who is Letitia? And they talking about you grab the mirror and you look at yourself. And he said, that's my secret weapon. She said, that's mine too, Dr. Francis. I grabbed that mirror and I was crying and snot was running out my nose. Dr. Francis said, I ain't tell you to go that deep.
That?
We ain't say do all that now, Tisha. But he said, who is Tisha? She had to dig deep to figure out who she really is. And he wanted to know, so after you didn't find that out, how has this impacted your relationship? And she said, her husband is like, what is it that you want to do, Tisha? And how can I help you? He said, Marceau said that? I said, right. Marceau said that. I ain't heard Marceau say that yet. He ain't said that, Tisha.
Well, she had went to sleep and he showed up in her dream like as the man that she wishes that he was.
Okay, so that's when that happened.
Yeah.
Okay. So she said, well, Marceau, he had been going through a lot as well. And, he had brought up being depressed and, he was going through some stuff. So he took this vacation in Africa and he was like, he went to Africa by himself? Why he ain't take you? Well, I had things to do at home. The babysitter. I had to find a babysitter.
She shouldn't have even brought that up if that's how she was going to answer that question.
No, we didn't watch you the first couple of episodes, and that's all you was doing was crying about this man being gone to Africa. And now you just didn't go because you had other stuff to do. Tisha. It's like she's
okay, but that being said, can she pick up and be like, listen, I'm going through some things. I need some time to myself. I'm about to roll out to Colombia, and you go ahead and handle these children and cook dinner and
nope,
all of those things that she does.
Nope, and that's
call Wanda. Do whatever you need to do.
You know why? Because he ain't gonna pick it up, and that's what he was saying about the whole dependency issue. He could just drop something on you, and you gonna pick it up and go with it. And then he ain't got to be held responsible. It is not the other way. Like you said, she can't even say she finna go on a girls trip. Planned girls trip and think he finna sit at home and take care of them kids.
No, she gonna have to prepare for that before she leaves.
Yep.
Before you leave, make sure.
Yep. She will have to do all that planning. She can't just drop nothing and just go. So she was like, he just a last minute person. He was like, look here. Last minute behavior is not the same as last minute thinking.
That's not last minute. That's disrespectful. He knew exactly what he was doing.
You going all the way to Africa. First of all,
you're not.
You got to get shot.
Because guess what?
That's a well-planned trip.
Whenever you get back from Africa by yourself on that vacation trip, whatever, find yourself, one of us don't live here anymore.
Who going to Africa by themselves?
Marceau.
He ain't go by himself. Somebody was on that trip. Chris, what's he say? What's
Chris is like, I'm gonna need y'all to stop with that.
Chris was over there.
Don't say Chris every time. And if you notice, what's my boy, Marceau's friend?
Woohoo.
The cute one.
Oh, is that
He
Fred?
comes through Fred.
Fred.
He comes through strictly for the business, and then he's
Yeah. Chris, they use Chris' name for the nonsense. No boy,
Chris.
Chris.
Not anymore. They're not.
She was like, look here though, I've been trying to get him to change, but only time will tell. He's like, did you just say that?
15 years. How much time are you doing?
Yeah, that he is who he is at this point. Ain't nothing gonna change, okay?
I don't even think that's it. Like, he is who he is with her. Because I feel like it's only, gonna be what you allow somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Get away with.
That's like he be in her face. So I was like, you don't even like, come on.
He don't even try.
Pretend to be nice.
Well, he tell her about him and his wife doing this whole little couple retreat, and he wants her to come and invite her friends. I was like, I guess, Dr. Francis, we got to sit up there and watch that. I don't want to. I don't want to go.
I do. I want to see. I want to see how. I want him to get at Kimmy and Maurice for being so fake. You know what I'm saying?
You think Dr. Francis will do it?
He's a good question asker, because he leans towards, like, I don't even want to say he leans towards women, but he leans towards allowing their feelings to matter in the scenario. I was watching, I know you don't watch Put a Ring on It, but there was a couple on there that, this guy is really some type of sociopath, but they had a little after the show type interview, and he, I'm talking about, this is Charlie for everybody that watches Put a Ring on It, but he sat up there and, they were presenting this perfect thing because now she's pregnant and everything's fixed. You go to this therapist to find out whether you want to put a ring on it or walk away. But, they're painting this picture. But he said he didn't like Dr. Nicole because he felt like she kept, when they would discuss their issues, she would lean towards Charlie's side. And he felt like that was the problem. And I'm like, that's because you're wrong and you don't want to hear, you're wrong. And I feel like Dr. Francis is the same way. Like, he's, even though he's a man, which they think that automatically means he's not, because what's the name's therapist? Drew's therapist?
Or Marlo's therapist or life skills.
No. But Dr. Francis asked good questions where, Maurice thinks he's so slick and clever. You know what? Maurice just got his bar, like got his, and I haven't seen him lawyer anything. So why is he putting so much pressure on Monster to be perfect when it doesn't seem like,
we don't see him doing nothing. So we're at Martell's mom house. She bring up the whole subject about Sam being upset. And she like, look here, I understand. And him seeing the sign and feeling overwhelmed, and it probably was a lot for him. But she knew a whole lot of pacifying Martell instead of telling Martell when he wrong. She didn't say, well, why you ain't talk about mama? She didn't say none of that. She didn't say,
maybe the next time you have an event, don't drink until after. After everything's handled, then you go ahead and enjoy yourself. But you can't be up there talking about I'm lit and shit.
Because Sam called and soon afterwards and was like, let me tell you what this boy did.
But he did.
Yeah, because she said, I already know about it. So he's like, well, he got to have some control over himself. I'm like, Martell, somebody having control. Boy, when the shoes
this on is why he's not married. Like, aside from coleslaw, I mean, this thing right here that he does where he won't take accountability for, and him and Destiny are like this. Everybody says Martell and Mel are the same. Martell and Destiny are the same.
I can see that.
They argue you down, like, when they know that they just won't say I was wrong ever.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of coleslaw, I gotta go and watch the video. They were saying the girl was saying like she was pregnant again. I gotta see it. Did y'all see it?
I saw it. It was alive, and
What'd she say?
I don't know. It was a bunch of this.
She
going
always
on.
do that.
It was a bunch of this. And the baby was like crying, and they was like, "Can you go get your baby, please?" And she was like, "He just woke up for a nap and wants a popsicle." Like, and then she's like, "We were going to the beach," and the little girl's like, "We were supposed to have left a long time ago." Like, her kids are like over her doing lives, but you know, something's. I didn't hear the part about her acknowledging being pregnant, but somebody asked her something about being pregnant. But there's only so much of her I can watch. I was like, I don't watch her like
that the whole
like,
time.
play with her hair and look at
The
her
whole time. It's too much.
All I could think of is so Martell. I'm
really
confused.
That's really, yeah.
Huh.
Just somebody that just, you know, just look up
But
to
for
him.
years though, because
It's the opposite of what he
I
had.
don't know. I guess he's kind of stupid, so he had to find somebody even more stupid than him to make him feel smart. I don't know.
Yeah, basically. So he let us know he gonna have another event in Huntsville with the family. So hopefully this time he make it right. Then they get to talking about the grandmama, and he talked about the grandmama used to come into his games and how he felt when she passed and how it affected him. And he was like depressed to the point where he didn't even try out for the NFL scouts that came to his school. And I was like, and that right there could have been the story that you could have told about how your grandmama affected.
That's what you should have said.
Right,
that's the thing. Yeah. Yeah.
So
but okay, even though he was tipsy, he's sitting down telling it to his mother. He's not standing there in front of all those people. And he probably was drinking the wine to try
to stop the
chill him out, and he went too far.
Yeah, because he's nervous.
He got lit, yeah.
And he got his percentage so high on that wine. The average wine is not that high, that alcohol content. So he probably went
like
overboard.
It's more like 6 or 8. So why is it 13?
So... I was like, that's a cognac.
That's like Hennessy.
Oh goodness. Mel and Kimmy, we in with them. They talk about the guys going to the ATL trip, and she's like, Mel asks, let me ask you, Kimmy, well, when Maurice say he going out of town with Martell, do that make you feel some kind of way? And she's like, no, because I trust my husband.
Yeah.
And she's saying a confessional. Mel think everybody cheats. Mel does think all of them cheat. I don't think she think.
I think that if your husband has a friend like Martell, you're always gonna get annoyed whenever they hang out because you just know it's gonna be some bullshit. I think that there's friends that you don't care because you know they just, you know what I'm saying?
I think that her as well as both Tisha both sat around and had a whole conversation about what's gonna happen in the ATL.
And then you're asking your husband if he was touching strippers.
You can't touch.
Why am I going? I could just turn on something on internet.
Yeah, because I'm not going. Because I don't like strippers. I don't want them on me. But you can go. Go ahead. I don't want to go.
No, I'm talking about from a man's perspective, though. Like, why am I going if I'm not touching some ass?
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't want to go. Because you're going to touch him. Me. He can go and pop it and come back.
I've been before, but I've never been with my man. I feel like that would be a little awkward for both of us. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was single. I was 21.
I've been, but you know, it's whatever.
Was the wings all that? Cause you've been in Atlanta. Was the
I
wings
don't
all
remember
that?
when. But like I said, like if the entertainment was the same as it is down at the Paint, now I might well go more often.
I'm gonna go down to the Paint.
True.
I'm be in that car like, woo!
Whoa, right.
Look at what she do.
Right, right. Like death defying.
Oh my goodness. So she tells that Martell had a wine reveal. He named the wine after his grandmama, and the uncle was there, but the uncle felt some kind of way after the speech. And she was like, that probably was Uncle Sam. She was like, well, what happened? And she said, no, she said for him to get mad,
It had to be a big deal.
it had to be something because he got a cool temperament. I don't think so. He looked like he sets it off. I do not believe that Uncle Sam has a cool
He
temperament.
looked like he already was apprehensive about letting Martell name that shit after his mama in first place.
Mm-hmm.
And then Martell turned around and did that, and he was like, I knew this is why we should have done
Yep. So she said, who was the wedding planner? And she said, a girl named Melnika. And she said, I know her. And she said she was a longtime friend of Martell. So she said since elementary. So she been in the picture. We do know now this is a true friend. She was their wedding planner. And she quit 2 weeks before the wedding. And she had to hire her mother-in-law to complete it. And she couldn't get her bunch of deposit backs and whatnot. So what had happened was she was put on they was all on the three-way.
Nigga, why you ain't get a girl her deposit back though?
She couldn't get her deposit back from the company. So evidently she went with somebody outside who Melnika was working with. So they was on the three-way. And she was putting Martell on blast for, she said, you a cheater and you be trying to talk to my assistant. And she said, you know, Martell was like, Melnika, why you on here lying? And she said she believed Martell because, you know, at that time she was 22, but now that she is 36, she would think differently. I was like, so
well, he probably told her that old girl was jealous. He probably told her like, she been liking me since we were little kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Martell been doing dirt since before marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Before, during, and after. Okay. He's always been that dude.
Oh well.
Well, child,
we're gonna put the kibosh on Inez. Won't be getting none of that. It ain't gonna happen.
And you might get Inez before you get that dang on chocolate in the bottle.
I just don't think it's gonna be a real thing. I think that was it. I think after the party, that's probably it.
I ain't seen chocolate in the bottle be a real thing. Yeah, I can't find it nowhere. Y'all found it? The site wasn't working. Have y'all found it?
You gotta go log in to Drop It with Drew, and then you'll find the black.
In the black. Okay. So next week, y'all be at this marriage retreat. So you excited? Let's see how this goes.
It looks juicy.
Let's see how it goes. So I lost my person. I don't think he's gonna come back. I could try. His dad is here, so I think he's kind of done.
Oh, good luck with that.
Then you gonna close us out? Oh, here he come.
Oh my.
That's just the other one of the quickie. Really. Smack that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel.
All right, y'all.
And out.
Bye.